Why am I getting no audio? Cool. I like when that happens. There we go.
Just the way America intended.
Alright, now we go. God, I hate that. Sometimes it just flicks back to default sound rather than the coming out of the mic. Yeah, whatever. Alright, well, let's hit that transition button.
Oh, shit. Well, there goes my dice.
I can hear them slowly all just dropping.
My D20 fell on the floor. Let's see what it landed on, too.
20.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah,
It'd have to be.
I spun 3 20s on my ring.
I
earlier.
landed a 1.
Oh, the curse is lifted.
Hold on.
Oh my god.
Is it really a curse when like he gets it all the
Look
time?
at that butt.
I don't know. Shake your ass.
Watch yourself.
Shake your ass.
Tell me what you're working with. All right, let's start the summary because it has been a while, hasn't it, kiddies?
It's been a while.
It's been a while since we've been here. Yeah, so you guys were all either under the employment or the how would you say, like imprisonment is like a better way of saying it, of the SandBroker. You came together to break out of your forced employment or forced imprisonment, escaped into the town, found yourself a flyable ship. Flew it, after activating it, it just set on a course to already selected destination. You arrived at the Pyramid Oasis, a huge city, like a built, upside down pyramid built over an oasis, where you stumbled across the resistance that was like trying to fight off this company that was taking over a whole bunch of towns east of where you guys were. Through that, you were kind of convinced to go and check out BMO Village, the only remaining village that hadn't been either everybody forced out or just destroyed by the company. There, you guys met Derek, the town. Oh, actually, before that, sorry, while in the Pyramid Oasis, you came across Arthur, a young halfling that he was actually part of the first village that had been taken over by the company, and so is now just like a homeless child that was like living on the streets and kind of wanted to maybe team up with you guys or help out with the resistance, but like obviously since he was too young, the resistance didn't want him, and you guys most of you found him a bit annoying, so you didn't want him on your team ever. And just before Preston leaving the Pyramid Oasis realized it would be way too much danger for the young lad if he came along with you guys, so he also said no, probably not come along.
Broke my heart too.
Yeah, yes it did. You guys arrived at BMO Village. The company attacked one of the nights you were there. You fought off that defenses, and then after that decided to set off to where the company had set up their base in the most northern town of Westerling, before I look at my notes. Yeah, Westerling. Westerling is the most northest town. There was Hardy Village and Teardrop Village on the way there. One had just been, it was a complete ghost town that you guys spent a night there, ran into a whole bunch of zombies that had taken residence in that, like thirster zombies, which were like a desert variant of zombies. And on the way, you had to stop at Teardrop, which was just a completely destroyed town. All that was left was an oasis where you guys got attacked by that like living cactus that attacked you guys.
Yeah, the piranha plant that came out of the pipe.
Pretty much. And after that, you got to, like, along the way, had what you don't know whether they were real or not until further on, once you met him himself, but you actually had encountered the Red Wizard in your dreams and mind, where he persuaded to either you to join him or him to literally just try and break you down to a point where you didn't want to advance. Upon just about arriving to Westling, you guys were met up by Zane, I think was his name. God, I did read through all these notes, but there's still so many notes. Zane, yes, Zane,
Yeah,
one of the like the higher ups of the resistance underneath.
Billy Zane, yep.
Yep. He told you of the plan that the resistance had kind of come together, where they were going to distract the main force of the company in town while you guys could sneak in and stop like the main leaders, like cut the head off the snake rather than having to verse the whole snake itself. So you guys slipped into the tavern, which was the main setup of the company headquarters, where you encountered Duran, the Red Wizard himself, and he got his two main lieutenants, Varn, the Black Knight, and Archibald, the Illusionary Wizard, to attack. You guys had a huge fight against them. You were
I'd
able...
be an evil wizard too if my name was Archibald.
I like that we never knew their names, but we're just finding out now. It's like we're so not personal.
No, you did. I re-listened to the episode. I did mention their names once or twice.
I just refer to them as Fuckwit A and Fuckwit B.
Yeah. So yeah, you were able to kill Varn. Varn, upon seeing Varn dead, Archibald fled the room. So you guys rushed upstairs to hopefully like stop the Red Wizard himself and Varn, but were met with just an empty room. The last thing you guys saw upon looking out the window was a huge undead army in front of you and the Red Wizard standing in front of it himself. Upon seeing you and smirking with you, he proceeded to open a portal and pass through the portal with the army before blinking out of existence. So now the story starts. You guys are now in the top office of the tavern, which, as you guys look around, there's a big...
What tavern?
The tavern in Westley.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the one where in the you had like the fight in the bar part of it itself. That's where you were fighting the Black Knight and the Black Wizard. So you now are in a room. There's a huge desk in front of you. There's a few papers and all in front of you. Everyone make a perception roll for me straight up.
My favourite.
Made a box for this.
15.
15.
Yeah.
10.
10.
What's my proficiency?
You said perception, right?
Yep.
I rolled a nat 20.
Really?
No, I legit did. So 24.
Cool.
17.
All right. Okay, so the two of you actually, Bish, what did you roll?
3.
Oh, yep, don't worry about it. All right, so the two of you, Daz and Trickery, you hear a noise directly behind you right now. Like, just some shuffling.
I turn quickly.
Yeah, so as you two kind of turn around...
I spin around with my sword pointed at the noise.
Beautiful. The other three of you are still distracted, looking out the window, kind of just, like, dumbstruck, and, like, just have not got much attention. The two of you turn around and see the Black Wizard right behind you with a piece of paper in his hand, and he's kind of like slowly trying to rip it.
I throw my dagger at his head.
Okay.
A man of action.
Roll me attack roll.
Oh no.
So because I'm throwing it.
Yeah. It's
how
just
do I
dexterity.
calculate this?
It's just dexterity. Yeah.
Dex. Okay, so I gotta change shit. So I can get rid of that. So I can see what it is without. Okay, so it's not much different. Oh wait, no, it didn't work. There we go. 13?
13. As you just because you still got that momentum of spinning around, you kind of give a quick throw and it just passes over his shoulder. Like and this is like just realizing you two have turned around. He's like ripped it. One part's like flicked up into the air. The other part of it's still in his hand. And all of a sudden he like throws up his hands and just disappears again with the piece of paper in his hand. The other bits slowly, like a feather, kind of falling to the ground as it hits the ground.
I go and retrieve my +1 dagger.
Okay, you go pick up your dagger. You two, the other three of you notice the sound of the like dagger hitting the wall and landing on the ground. So all of you have now just like been alerted and now like you kind of snap back into reality of like
Snap back to reality. Yup, the girl's grabbing this.
Yeah, exactly. So now you're just in an office, and now like you're just seeing Trickery go over to like retrieve a dagger.
Can I waddle over there and pick up the paper he was ripping up?
Yeah. You see it's like nearly like a scroll that has like very fine writing on it. It's all in like common tongue, so you're able to read it. But yeah, the whole bottom has been ripped off of it now. Like it's been ripped in half. So it's only got about half of what it says on it.
Preston looks over at Trickery and he just says, I think you should be a bit careful with those knives. You don't want to drop them. It could be dangerous. I don't want to. People could fall over and hurt themselves.
Yeah, that was kind of my intention.
Wait, what? Why?
I would like to check for valuables.
Oh my god.
You kind of scrunch around. There's a whole bunch of books on like just ancient and arcana and just.
Is there now?
Now I have it.
And then like a whole bunch of like geography books of like the area, and just somebody has just been researching a lot of this area, like trying to figure, like just getting themselves very acquainted with this area.
I like to think that if we're in a room and there's a lot of these books, that Preston would be at least amongst them, flicking through them.
Oh yeah, like you're pulling them down and like you're just enamored. You're just like, oh my god, like it just talks of like just ancient lore, like more myths actually, not like solid lore, but like myths of the area, just like rumors and stuff like that. People have like scholars have put together in like a catalog together for this area around the deserts and just mythologies and everything in these books, and a lot of them date back to like thousands upon thousands of years ago.
Okay,
they're not that old. It's just that's what they have researched how far back.
I like that the term was search for valuables, and all that's been mentioned is books.
Yeah,
because they are valuable.
Trickery, you go through the desk, and it's more just like cartography and drawings of the area and just like notes of like what has been going on.
So nothing really that shiny. I'm going to go back downstairs to where the corpse of the Black Knight is and loot his body.
Okay, you head downstairs. The four of you are still upstairs. Oz, what are you doing at the moment?
I turned back to look outside the window.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sitting in the window, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, what do I see?
Absolutely nothing. You just hear a quiet town now. There's like nothing out there. Like soon as the last kind of like zombie army walked through the dimensional gate, it like swirled upon itself and just popped out of existence.
Okay, I talked to Bish. What are you thinking?
I think those idiots have wasted their time, as I suspected.
Yeah. I turn back around. Do I see Dazza?
Yep. He's got a note. He's still got the other half of the note in his hand.
Short one. Do you mind explaining what just happened? Well, let me see. Me and Trick turned around, and we saw it was the black mage, or red.
That was a black.
We saw this black mage. It was ripping up.
It was the one you saw downstairs. It was the one you guys were fighting downstairs. It seems like he came up here and made himself invisible, and then just tried to get the fuck out of here before you guys kind of saw him. But obviously, him trying to rip the note
what
apart.
God said.
What God said? Okay.
Yeah. Hear that, lads? Hear that? Yeah.
Okay.
And it was ripping up this piece of paper.
It's the almighty bartender.
Do you know what it says on it?
No.
Okay.
What does it say?
All right. So yeah, you begin to read. It says, it seems like the second page of something as well, because it like starts midway through a sentence. It goes, yeah, it is risky. After the rash actions of the SandBroker, we almost lost favor with the House Offal. After their Shadow Thieves agent went missing, it has been immensely difficult to strike a deal with the houses. So using the broker has been a must, and hopefully the deal with the House Seleman Chant proceeds.
Fuck, Nato, you've had a lot of time to do this, haven't you?
Well, yeah, something. That's what I said. There's some big points in this episode. That's why I did want you all here.
Yeah.
The SandBroker is none the wiser of our true goal here on the Sword Coast. The gem has either been in the mountains or is still in the mountains. I've hopefully narrowed down its location, and also stumbled on a location of a second gem. The gem is also maybe located in, and then that's when the bottom part of that bit's been ripped off.
Oh, I thought we were reading the bottom part.
No, the top part. You only have the top half.
So there's a bottom half that's missing.
So it sounds
yeah.
like there's some kind of gem that they need for.
Does it pose any danger? This gem?
I don't know, but it sounds like it's important. Maybe they need it for a ritual, or maybe they need it to combat certain things. I'm not.
Is that where we're going?
It's only Trickery that's like looked at the desk, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I haven't gone to look at anything.
Yeah.
I sort of wanted to ask if I could scrounge around for more pieces of paper.
Yeah. Soon as you like look at the table, you notice all of the like handwriting is in the same handwriting as the one on the note, so you could kind of gather that it's probably the Red Wizard's handwriting. These are his notes, and maybe what you have in your hand was to be sent to somebody. But you do among looking on the things, there is like one more in the same kind of font. I mean, in the same kind of style that the one you have in your hand. That's about the only thing that kind of like pops out to you. Everything else is really just like notes of like, we searched here, we went into here. This is how far we went into here.
Son of a bitch! I just realized the cunt was actually getting that paper to get directions.
I'm sorry, who said that?
Sorry, Dash said that. I just realized that the person or whoever he was just came through to get directions. There you go.
Yeah. So pretty much there's one more like a rolled up scroll in the same kind of thing, and that's about the only thing that's different to everything else. Everything else is just like scrap pieces of paper he's like had across the table that he's just been taking notes on. But yeah, there's just one more scroll there.
Okay. I look at Preston and I tell him where we're going.
Okay, can I do like an investigation upon like reading this and deciphering the note? Can I try and figure out what the next course of action, like the best course of action is?
Yeah, you could pick up the other scroll.
Okay, I'll go do that then.
Okay. Yeah, so you pick up the other scroll, and this one is addressed to the SandBroker himself. Mm-hmm. It just says SandBroker. It like has it written around it, like in some runes. So whether he was like gonna send it, or whether he was midway like protecting it, or like you can't kind of gather because it's an incomplete kind of rune, but you can like read like SandBroker written into the runes. You pull that one open, and he goes, "Yes, my agent took care of him and left him in the cave. If the houses found out about it, we would have no standing with them. If another one finds out about your ties to either the Waterdeep or or us Thayans, end them quickly and not put them in your ring to play with them like a cat for them to escape again. I will be moving on to Bemo Village hopefully within the day. The imbeciles you let free are on their way here, and I will move on the village as soon as they arrive."
So it sounds like there's somebody in the cave, and they are a key to breaking relations with. Is that what you're trying to say? Like, there's somebody there.
Yeah, no. Everyone roll. Everyone who's in the room at the moment, roll a.
Are we all in the room?
No, Trickery's not. What would I make you roll for this?
Don't tell me initiative.
Strength.
Either a history or maybe a perception. Or even just wisdom. Roll a wisdom. Straight wisdom roll for me.
Okay.
Everybody.
Damn it, I was hoping you said...
Damn it, yeah, I know. My wisdom.
My history's good, so I'm like, damn it. Oh!
17.
20.
Hey.
20.
Not natural, but 20.
Yeah, okay, 20.
Can I be the metagame pigeon?
That's a big dirty 5.
Oh, Jesus. Well, Bish, are you listening in on this conversation?
Well, I'm sitting in the windowsill eating like friggin' jerky, so I guess I can hear what's going on.
Okay, so you here. How do I do this without really just metagaming the shit out for you?
Do it.
There has been some caves you guys went into, and maybe you might have found some stuff in these caves.
Yeah, remember when we okay, so
God.
like out of character, the caves were. I'm pretty sure when we were like dehydrated, we went in the caves.
Yeah. What did we find? Water.
We found water. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a certain someone found some.
Some-
It was a letter, wasn't it, with a symbol that certain someone should have recognized or something like that. A symbol of the
Oh, who was
Assassin's
it?
Guild or something.
Who
It was.
got it?
It's the person that's not in the fucking room.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're gonna call him.
Preston. Preston reaches into these one of his pouches and pulls out like a bit of copper wire.
You little shit.
Yeah. Well, I had this spell, but I want to start using the components because like I like
Yes.
how they do that.
Yep.
What is this?
So and I kind of point the copper wire downstairs, like down like in the area,
Mm.
and I just say, Trickery, can you come upstairs? We need you up here. And then I
Yeah, you're like you're just about to start pilfering through like the Black Knight's out like stuff, and you're just like hearing this voice kind of get. But you do recognize the voice, like it does sound like Preston.
How did you do that?
Like you don't hear him say that though.
Well, he can reply.
Oh, can he? Oh, it is that one.
So it says, the target
Okay.
and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
Okay, cool. I thought it was the other one where you can only send the one-way message.
No, you can reply to this message.
Okay.
After the tone.
So you do hear him go, "How did you do that?" But it's like, how do you do that?
I'm magic.
Spoilers.
It's actually a very simple transmutation cantrip that
Wait, do we have a telekinetic link?
It's not telekinetic in the sense of like psychic power. It's
Okay,
more
so
like
as
magical.
this is going on, the three of you are in the room, just like looking at him, just being like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Like,
Did Preston just pull out wire? We're just all looking at each
yeah. And now he's talking. He's like, in your minds, he's just talking at this wire like he's a crazy person.
I walk up to him.
Okay.
Preston doesn't even notice. He's so like
Yeah.
because he started rambling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now he's just like
Yeah. He's on a Preston just a
Rant.
a rant.
Yeah, so it's a
I bend
cantrip,
over. I bend over to look into his eyes.
He still like doesn't even. He's still like yeah. Transportation.
I flick him right here, NATO.
Yeah. The in the middle of.
And you hear and drops the wire, and then like he's kind of gets up and fixes his glasses. Oh,
What the fuck is wrong with you?
what do you mean? I'm just performing a message.
being-
Yeah, because like in your mind, like because you've trained around wizards and mages and stuff like that, like everyone is used to these kinds of spells. But like,
Yeah, to me that's normal.
yeah,
But they don't know. Yeah,
especially a message spell. That's like a very easily
Yeah.
well-known thing. So like to you, especially Preston, so like yeah, would just be like, oh yeah, everyone should know what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah, it's like, but Oz, what are you doing? I'm just sending a message spell to Trickery to get him up here. You made me drop my wire.
Trickery, you're also still hearing all of like just the Preston
No,
side of it.
I dropped the wire.
Oh yeah,
Can you hear me? Can you
No,
hear me?
no.
No. It's not like a microphone.
Okay.
I return
Oh,
to
that's what I thought.
scavenging the corpse.
Okay, so on it you find it's just black plated armor.
Okay. Just armor, no cash.
No, there's no money on him for no reason, and
weapons.
the weapons have these giant cracks all through them, like black cracks that are like. Oh, you're a bard as well. Soon as you touch them, you feel illish,
Oh,
but
no.
not sick. Like as soon as you kind of like you pick it up for a second, you're like, ooh, like just nearly anxiety or stress, that kind of, it's not literally you're not feeling that, but that like sick feeling you sort of get in your stomach. That's what you instantly feel for a second, and then you kind of drop it, and the feeling's gone instantly.
Oh, that's like when I visited that pastor.
So how far down is the stairs? It's like just a floor down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So is the door open?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna yell. I'm not gonna yell it like this, but I'm just gonna turn around. Trickery.
Yeah. So you just go trickery.
Yep.
You hear it.
Yeah, hello.
Get up here
Okay.
now.
All right. Yeah, coming.
Preston's sitting there shaking his head like, but I used a message, bro. It's basically the same.
Get over it.
Just noise. I don't understand.
Still chewing a jerky.
Yeah.
I get the wire. I finally
see like
put
a
the wire
cash,
and put it in my
like
pocket.
a cash drawer or something as
Yeah.
I walk past the bar tavern.
Like as you walk past like the bar part of it, you just see it like somebody without your kind of finesse has gotten into it already. Like you can see like the bend marks where somebody's probably just shoved a crowbar
or
in
something,
there.
yeah.
No, like like somebody's just
Oh.
rough handled it just to open it, and there's just yeah.
Alright,
This
alright.
whole place has been, because they've used this as their base for a good couple of months.
It's properly been ransacked
Yeah,
already.
yeah,
Okay.
there's nothing really.
I
left.
pour myself a cool, refreshing beverage and then trundle up the stairs.
Okay, Daz, I want you to roll perception with advantage.
He knows what a beer is.
Oh,
That's why he has advantage.
perception isn't always just what you see.
My first roll was a 2.
Oh, Jesus.
That mug is awesome.
The next one was a 4.
Okay, you don't smell anything. It is literally trickery walking right past you with a beer before you're like,
No way, I wouldn't have. Oh, whatever.
you're just still kind of like, for once you're actually like intrigued with what's going on with you in the current like time, rather than your usual kind of lax self is kind of like, oh yeah, so you're kind of more perceptive. But at the moment you're just like, after the fight you've had downstairs and literally seeing like an army's worth of zombies go through a portal, you're just kind of just in the moment of like, fuck, like what happens next? And then it literally, as the glass is passing your head, because like the height trickery is him holding it, the glass would be your head height, so you like the mug goes past your head and you're like, all right.
Yeah, cold. And I give a sly wink to Preston.
Preston doesn't understand. He just looks very confused.
Hey, big boy. Yeah.
What?
No.
All right, so now you got trickery up here. You have the evidence of the two notes. One note you have no idea who it was sending it to, and the bottom half is missing. And then the other note is, as you can, Preston can kind of tell, was to be sent to the SandBroker. Sorry.
Okay, I'm up here.
I basically he didn't hear any of anything, right?
No.
Okay, well, Preston starts in a very Preston way, divulging all the information, getting him up to date with.
Yeah, soon as the mention of the Shadow Thieves kind of gets said from the first note, you instantly like, yeah, that's the symbol I saw on that dude's arm.
Yeah, that's the symbol I saw on that dude's arm, and like he had the note written in Thieves' Cant that said mission failed.
Mission failed. What do you think the mission was?
I don't know. I guess something to do with the deal between the Thay and the SandBroker. You guys said something about Waterdeep before, didn't you, as well?
It's entirely possible that this guy could be operating as like a undercover agent or something for the SandBroker, maybe trying to get himself an advantage.
The SandBroker has lost favor. Here, I'll read the first part of it. After the rash actions of the SandBroker, we have already lost favor with House Ophel after their Shadow Thieves agent went missing.
Okay, so we found the Shadow Thieves agent in the tunnel.
Yeah.
And he failed his mission.
Yeah.
Right.
So what you can gather is the SandBroker and the Red Wizard were trying to set up a deal with House Ophel. House Ophel has pulled out of the deal because their agent has gone missing, and they obviously suspected foul play, and yeah.
House Ophel. How do you spell that?
Ophal. And yes, yeah, so
okay.
And and so it has been, and then it goes on. This is still the first note. Who you don't know who this is to. It has been difficult to strike up a deal with the houses, so using the SandBroker has been a must. Hopefully, the deal with the House Salamanchant proceeds. The SandBroker is none the wiser of our true goal here in the Sword Coast. The gem has or still is in the mountains, and I have narrowed down its location, and the details of a second gem have been figured out. I have sketched below, and it just has been ripped off.
House Salamanchant?
Yeah, it's Salemchant.
So they need these gems for something.
Yeah.
And we don't know exactly where they are, but we know that it's in the mountains.
Yeah. And what you can gather, the SandBroker has no idea about these gems.
Yeah, he's...
Well, BMO Village is fucked. Let's go home.
But what about all the people there?
Yeah, they're still there, I guess.
We can't leave them to die. If something.
Well, we can. I think you mean we shouldn't, but we can.
Yeah, well, that.
No, we won't. No,
you guys hear some noise downstairs, like footsteps and just movement downstairs as well. While this is
I would like to hide.
Rage.
I would like to stealth.
All right, give me roll a stealth for me.
Yeah, I'd like to stealth as well.
Okay. But with old Oz, would you care to explain how are you using stealth?
Well, I've gone over this. I'm proficient in stealth.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I remember.
But how does a big, huge barbarian orc stealth in the middle of an office?
I hide behind the wall. I don't know. That's a good question.
But you can. As long as you can explain it to me in a way, I'll be like, yeah, I'll let you roll for it. But just saying I want to use stealth is not...
What is there around?
There's just a big table in the middle of the thing with a chair behind it and a couple of bookshelves either side of the wall.
I sit at the table and I pull out a book and pretend I'm just sitting there reading.
Okay, you don't have to read. But Trickery, what did you get?
I got a 13.
Yeah, you kind of are just kind of shimmied behind the bookshelf, between the wall and the book, behind the You're not hiding that well. Even you can kind of tell that if somebody looks in the room properly, they'll see you.
Yeah, so I did not split itself.
Nato, where the door is.
Yeah.
Which way does it flip open? Does it flip open into the room or out of the room?
It's out of the room.
What's that?
I would have put him behind the door if the door flipped inwards, but it flips outwards.
Ah, fuck off, Nato.
Yeah.
Preston sees them trying to hide, and he just kind of spins around on the spot
Okay, as you're doing that, you hear a voice. Guys, are you all right?
Do you recognize the voice?
Yeah, it sounds like Zane.
But is it? Preston goes to find out.
So you're
I was hoping he was a zombie.
All right, so you rush downstairs, and there's Zane
I
there.
didn't rush downstairs. I take a nice leisurely stroll.
So you leisurely stroll downstairs, and you see Zane. He's kind of he's looking at, he's standing over the Black Knight, and he's kind of just doing that kind of kick of is he dead? Kind of he's not saying it, but he's kind of trying to move him a bit with his foot, but stay at it enough of a distance so he can leap back.
And Preston walks towards him, but really avoids any other corpses.
Yeah,
just kind of tiptoes over them. Oh shit up!
And soon as you do that, he kind of nearly does a dash and is behind you, and he's has his blade to your throat.
Hey, whoa, hey,
And he goes, "What was the plan?"
You have to forgive us. It's been 2 months.
Nato, what was the plan?
Yeah, it was just you guys were going to be like the force that went in here while they went off to like attack the village and stuff like that.
Can I
They were
try
diversion.
sneaking downstairs?
Yeah, as soon as you like start creeping down the stairs, a blade like you feel it, Preston. With his other arm, he like goes down to his waist and he like flicks a blade, and a blade just goes like doing into the wall next to your head. Trickery. And he goes, "What was the plan?"
You fucking piece of shit.
We was supposed to come in here and we was trying to stop them.
All right. And he kind of
You were a terrible distraction. That was the fucking plan.
okay, like he takes his blade off. He's like,
I pull his out of the wall that's next to my head.
he goes, there's like a shakiness in his voice. He's like, they knew we were coming. We walked into an ambush out there. Everybody was dead before I even could say anything.
Well, that's what happens when you sacrifice yourself.
And Preston's there, rubbing his throat, like, doesn't mean you can like, check me, you know.
I'm sorry. I just had to make sure you guys are who you are as well, because like, I don't know what's going. Like, I knew we were all going to our deaths, but like, we were gonna give a fight to give you guys time, but we walked into town and nobody was there, and then all of a sudden it was just arrows and magic.
I walk up to Bish and ask for some jerky.
Bish hands it over.
Thank you.
He kind of, well, yeah, you two are still upstairs, so you don't even know what's going on.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, and then he's just
Wait,
like,
when did everyone else go downstairs?
like 2 seconds ago?
Oh, okay.
Did everyone go downstairs?
No,
That was only me
Maybe
and,
we should go downstairs. What do you reckon? To hear a bit of a conversation down there.
Yeah, so while he's like explaining this, the rest of you kind of come downstairs, and he's like, they've gone to. I overheard he's going to Bimo Village. Like, they're not prepared for this. Like,
Well, might as well have another beer.
Mate, pour me one too.
If they go into Bingo Village, we have to go and stop them. We have to do
What?
something.
I have a question. How did you survive?
Well, first he was afraid. He was petrified.
like, he let me go after he went through my mind.
It's possible.
He showed me things that,
No man has ever showed me before.
like, and then like that's where you sort of hear like the shakiness. Like the last time you talked to him, he was like this stone cold, like nearly like a Han Solo type. Like nothing could really shake him
Like
ever.
a
Oh,
stand
I
up
remember.
Boston, yeah.
And then he's kind of just like, I saw my brothers torn to bits, and
As he says this, I push him out and say, "Move, pour me a beer."
he's not near. He's not near
Pour a
there.
third beer.
He's like in the middle of the like floor where you killed the knight, and the bar's like.
I
at
thought
the
he was standing right in front of the stairs.
No. No,
Preston,
he like
Preston walks up to him and puts his hand on his shoulder, and he just says,
I've still got his knife, by the way.
he went through my mind too.
Touched
I know what you're feeling, but
Well,
we
like,
can't-
actually-
we can't let this stop us. We need to go and help these people.
Yeah, actually, saying that, yeah, you understand his, like, soon as he says he went through my mind, the chill of your kind of, like, dreams goes through your mind as well, and, you, like, for a second, you feel fear, like, you hardly ever feel fear, ever, and, like, yeah, you have that cold sensation of, like, that day years and years and years ago flash through your mind again, and, yeah, Bish, you instantly feel that, like, tug inside you of like getting tugged down into the black liquid again. Soon as he mentions it, it's like you instantly understand that shiver up his spine.
How does that make me feel?
Oh, horror! Like as much as you could be sympathetic, you are. If that makes sense.
Not that much.
No,
was
so
gonna-
not much at all. But you kind of understand where like even the strongest man could like when he first started, you were just like, oh, what a wuss and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
then you're
that's
just like, oh fuck, like, yeah, okay,
Doesn't make me feel angry at all.
no,
All right.
no.
And Preston just says, "This is just how they try to disable us. How they try to throw us off. We can't let this stop us. We have to. There are people in BMO Village that need us. We have to go help them.
How are we gonna kill a whole army of the undead?
We don't have to kill them. We just have to get the people out
with beer."
Huh?
It's gonna kill my memory of them, so I'll do.
Yeah. So like he goes. He let me go because he knew you guys were still here, and he wants you to see the village burning, and he wants me to see them all dead.
It's like he thinks I care.
Shut it.
Couldn't have a more insensitive group. Oh, half insensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love it. No,
Preston
you can't have a whole group of sympathetics.
Preston turns to Trickery, and he kind of like scowls at him. He just says, "Maybe have a heart for once." And then he turns around and keeps talking to her.
Yeah. He goes.
I keep drinking my beer.
The
Trickery, mate.
Like, she's there protecting the village and a whole bunch of our soldiers, but they're not going to be able to. 2 secs. I'm just trying to flick to it. What's her name again? Scartooth. Scartooth's there, and Derek, I know, is there as well. But
are there any ways that we can? How long will it take us to get there? It'll take
Oh, they survived.
Preston like gets this look of like he's just got an idea, like a light bulb moment. And he, can I roll an investigation check?
Yes. What are you investigating?
I
just lost it.
Is that what you guys are doing in the background behind you?
That was having a shoey.
Oh my god, yeah. Sorry, Preston, what were you doing?
I want to roll an investigation check. I want to see if there's any like teleportation circles or any kind of magic that they could use to move from like to quickly travel from place to place.
Roll an Arcana check.
An Arcana?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's about the same. Never mind.
Can I ask a quick question about the Dark Knight's armor?
Mm-hmm.
It's plate.
Yes.
I checked it out. It's black plate.
The neck doesn't move.
Awesome.
Well, I'm assuming it comes in like bits and pieces, right?
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
no.
okay.
The top piece is like one big like kind of chunk that like clips together. It's a huge
Okay.
plate armor.
I got a 10.
A 10.
Oh, was I rolling?
No.
You can kind of gather like what he used can't be used again, and also you can't really figure out anything around this place that could be used as like a teleportation circle.
Okay.
Yeah, Bish, what were you after?
I'm just wondering if I'd be able to wear any of his stuff. But I'm wondering if...
Yeah, you walk over to it, and you see the weapons, and you have a quick look at them, and you hear like whispers in your mind of like,
Take what?
Take the picture. There's a huge like, there's a rapier like on his belt, and then also his huge. What was he using? A big long sword, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's a big long sword as well, and you can see the black cracks all up them as well.
That big long sword.
It looks like an earthquake is like a mini earthquake is like erupted in the weapon for some reason.
That sounds a bit weird.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I'll just kind of kick it and just walk away.
Okay. You're not gonna look at the armor?
I mean, he's a guy and he was big. I don't think it's gonna fit me.
No, it's pretty huge. Like it probably fit on Oz. Like that's the size of that dude.
Yeah, no, I won't pick anything. That won't look good on me.
Can I go have a look at it?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll go have a look at it.
Yeah, it's black plate armor.
All right. I'm gonna loot it. I'm gonna
Okay.
try and take it.
Okay. Do you want to wear it? Because as a barbarian, I'm pretty sure you can't use rage if you're wearing heavy armor.
You need to be unarmed.
and a little insensitive.
Yeah, I've already got a good helmet.
Oh, there's no helmet on him as.
Oh, there's no helmet.
No.
Okay. Oh,
He had that black hood over his head.
Oh, then. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, then there's no point. I'll leave it.
Okay,
I'll have a look in it and see if there's anything interesting in it.
No, Trickery's already gone through it. He doesn't seem to
well
have any personal effects on him apart from the 2 weapons he had on him and the plate armor.
Okay. All right, then no point.
Okay.
Yep.
Guys, I think we should go to Bemo Village. We need to help as many people as we can. We can't
Hold
let
on.
them.
Before you continue, is there a crest on it or anything?
No. There's like a neck. Actually, no. He's wearing a necklace, but it is like black and like burnt and scored and stuff like that.
Okay, can I look at that necklace?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
damn it. I was gonna say pick it up.
Sorry, yeah, no. Bish would have seen it first, and the Trickery
go
sort
on,
of
go
saw
on.
it first, but he like
Yeah.
to Trickery's eyes, it looks like nothing expensive. Like, so that's why you wouldn't have picked it up.
She just like dives in front of me. Right?
Yeah. I'm happy for that scenario that I've literally just jumped back into it.
Okay, yeah, like it's actually that's a good point because you didn't really look at the armor itself. You just saw it was too big and didn't like. But then, as soon as like he kind of pulls it away, you feel a tug at you, and you look back, and then you see the medallion, and you leap for it.
Is it a medallion or necklace?
It's like a medallion on the necklace. Like it,
I look back at the guys and say, well, obviously women love their jewelry, yeah?
Bish proceeds to turn her hand into a fist while looking at us.
And I
Hey,
can drink
come.
there's also this like nearly aura coming off her for a second, just a split second, as you look at her, and you're just like for a second you were just like, and then but all of a second I was you're like, oh, I'm not, but like you turn away as you're like just pretending like you were like, oh, I don't care anyway, and you're like, but in fact you're like, no, I don't want to fuck with that.
Yeah, exactly. Don't mess with a woman and their jewelry.
So it is a
Bish.
necklace.
Yes.
And does it have any like aura or magic or anything on it?
No, not at this stage.
Not this
You
stage.
can't feel anything coming off it. Do you want to wear it?
Can I take it for the moment?
Yes. You do feel your body kind of like the inside you kind of like wanting it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then but also like at the same time you feel your body pushing it away as well. Like no, don't take that.
All right, then I throw it down.
Okay.
Well, then
I get
I
rid of
grab
it.
it.
You hear a laugh as it gets thrown to the ground.
Okay, then I pick it up.
Okay. You pick
Do
up.
I
the-
feel
Did I laugh or the thing laugh?
No, you feel the laugh inside of you.
Oh,
Like something won.
okay.
All right. Well, I pick it up.
Okay, you picked up the burnt medallion.
So what do I feel?
Absolutely nothing.
Cool. I'll pocket it.
Okay. You put the medallion in your pocket.
I turn around and I tell her.
Yeah.
I turn around and tell her. I'll. Why didn't you take it? Well, why didn't you take it?
Thought I wanted it, but I didn't. Wouldn't look good on me.
Okay. I
mean, it probably would. I don't know.
I put it in my bag holding anyway.
Okay. Yeah, so you chuck it in your bag of holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what are you guys doing? Getting on the horses? Getting going? Or is there anything more you want to do here for the moment?
I just want to tack on to something that Preston was talking about.
Yep.
Righto, Presto. Now that I'm topped up with liquid courage, let's go save that village, mate.
Actually, here's a quick question to kind of refresh your mind as well. How are you feeling as well, Daz? Because like you're your usual self, but like you had a few difficult nights as well. You had the talk with the Red Wizard that kind of explained the histories maybe of your fellow companions, and then you also had the talk to your deity itself that said to watch out for somebody in your party.
Yeah. I'm sort of pushing that aside for now because of the more pressing matters.
Yep.
But also I'm a little bit inebriated, so I'm going to overlook it. But once we get a little bit of downtime
and soberness
and sobriety,
Also, Preston, how are you kind of feeling after you did see your a dead version of your grandpa as well in the earlier fight?
Well, this is why Preston's in such a hurry to save these people, because he feels like, with the whole thing with seeing his grandfather like that, he wants to save these people. It's kind of like it's a out of character kind of erraticness.
Yeah,
it's not calculated.
It's in character of him wanting to save people, but not. Usually it would be with a lot more planning, but now it's like
exactly.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So anyone else want to do anything in the tavern before you want to fill up a barrel or something, Daz, before you get on the horses? All right. So you proceed to.
I'm doing the knife game.
Is there any food?
There's a few scraps on the tables, a few dry meats, a couple.
Any
of apples.
potatoes?
No potatoes, unfortunately.
Fuck, then I'm done.
All right, so you guys get on your horses and at full speeds with Zane with you.
Oh yeah, I give Zane's dagger back to him after I talked to it a little in Infernal.
Yeah, so soon as you hand it back to him, he goes thanks for that. He genuinely is sorry, I just had to make sure.
Yeah.
And then
I just remember our little talk from before.
He kind of for a second flicks back into old Zane, and he kind of gives you that cheeky wink of okay, bud. And then so you guys head through the it's actually probably just coming out of early morning now, because you guys attacked it pretty much at dawn. So it's probably about 10 o'clock, and you guys head into the desert. You are filled up with food and water, so that shouldn't be a worry. Is there anything you guys want to do on the trip there? Because you probably...
It's a 4-day ride, wasn't it?
No, it was 4 days because you had no horses. Remember? Well, it was a quarter of the day there.
And we lost our horses.
At a normal pace. At a
we
normal
got there,
pace.
We left late and got there at night, and then we camped, and then we lost our horses when the drought zombies.
Okay.
Does anyone else need a long rest?
Most of yous probably.
Yeah, but
I don't even know how many hit points I've got.
You took a fair bit in that last fight.
Oh, I got I do actually. I got 4 hit points.
Jesus!
Whoa! Holy shit!
So I need
remaining?
rest. Yep, I need rest.
Okay, so were you? Okay.
So here's the thing. Yeah, do you want to stop midway?
Oh no, sorry. I'm judging it off my old one. Sorry, I've got 21 hit points.
Okay.
During a short rest, you can expend hit dice to heal.
You will be able to do that on a horseback.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Can I do that?
Would you like me to play a song?
I'm just imagining a Ride of the Valkyries, kind of he's playing it as you guys are riding along with him and stuff like that, and that's how he's getting.
Well,
the
seeing as
Song
we're
of
in the
Wrath.
desert, I was thinking Sandstorm.
Oh, Sandstorm. He's somehow able to on his what instrument have you got?
Banjo.
Where's my equipment? I have a lute.
All right, on his lute, he's able to go on it and play the mythical song of the Sandstorm by Darude.
I've got a question. Does he play well?
You know what? Give me a performance roll.
All right.
You guys will still get the main attributes of a Song of Rest, but
my charisma's fucking high.
Yeah.
That is a 15.
15. It sounds pretty good. It's not the best version. It doesn't sound like the original. It sounds like a cover, but you know what? Covers can be good too. All right.
I'm gonna use Arcane Recovery.
Beautiful.
So I'm gonna get 2 first level spells back.
Yes.
So you regain an extra 1d6 worth of hit points if you spend hit dice.
All right. So
heal.
You guys should have 4 hit dice of your hit points. I can't remember what that is for everybody. I'm pretty sure.
I'm at full health because I stacked myself with temporary HP in the last fight.
My hit dice are 4d12.
Yeah.
I actually have full health as well.
Okay, cool.
I had 12 temporary HP.
Hit dice.
Why did you get
it's
temporary
gone now.
HP?
Because as an abjuration mage,
that's right.
whenever I cast spells, I build like stacks of temp HP. Yeah.
Wait, when you spend a hit dice, do you only get the amount
you rolled on the dice?
hit?
Yeah.
You don't add anything to it?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure you don't get the Constitution modifier.
All right, no worries.
Unless something specifically says otherwise.
Yeah.
Wait,
but you do get another extra. Like, I'm pretty sure, or at like level 4, if you use, you guys just want to use all your dice and get your.
I don't need to use any.
Daz,
what are we doing?
You can roll hit dice to get some health back while you're doing a short rest.
Because I did Song of Rest, do I need to spend a hit dice to get that 1d6?
Yes.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like 6 points off fucking max HP.
Hey, you might roll a 1 on the hit dice.
That's true. Where's my 8?
Okay.
Oh, I rolled a 3.
Ooh, 3
I
plus.
And a 4. There we go.
There we are.
Alright, there you go. There's your
10. Hold on, so 10. 11. So 21.
Do I have to cast that as a spell? How does this work?
No,
31.
it's just a feat from your class. I think you can only
31.
use it like once per long rest though.
Yeah, that's why I'm just trying to find where I
3.
target it. Click it off
40,
on my
43.
sheet.
43 NATO?
Okay, so you're back to full health.
Cool.
Alright. And Bish, you hadn't lost any health, and Preston, you had extra health, and Daz, are you back to full health as well?
Yeah, I'm back to full health.
Okay, cool. It's just some of you haven't got your spells back. That's what's happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got some of my spells back.
So you guys have been riding for nearly straight 12 hours, let's say.
Wow, butts.
Yeah, your asses are sore as shit, but like you're kind of just pushing through it. On the distance, you start it's starting to get really night. Like it's pretty much night, dead of black of night by now. You are seeing a red glow on the horizon as you guys are getting closer and closer to Bimo Village. The closer and closer you guys get, you notice all of a sudden it's like even though you're keeping the mountain range to your left, so to your east, all of a sudden it seems like a mountain range is starting to get bigger and bigger in front of you, where there was no mountain kind of range between you and Bimo Village. It was just plain desert the whole way there, apart from the 2 towns along the way.
So mountain ranges appeared?
You get closer and closer to the village where you're a couple of kilometers away, and there is a vast wall kind of in front of you where you would normally be riding towards it. It does seem to finish a bit more to your right.
Are we blocked, are we?
Yes.
Yeah, by this big mountain.
You are seeing a huge glow coming from the other side of the mountain. It's that much of a glow that it's shining over the top. Nearly like when you get close to a city and stuff like that, you start to get that visual pollution.
Well, we tried. Let's go home.
Preston just keeps going. He goes to the right to find them.
Bish has a really good nose when it comes to food. Can she smell barbecue?
Yeah, you can definitely smell smoke. Even from that distance.
Smoky barbecue.
Okay. Okay, I'll follow Preston.
So Preston and Oz have started peeling off to the right now.
I'm gonna follow too.
Bish, you following along too?
Yeah, with my nose in the air.
All right. And Trickery, you had to keep going straight, or are you gonna peel off with them?
I'm gonna keep going straight.
Okay, cool.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
You come here a minute.
Come here.
No, you come here.
No, you here.
No, you come here.
I'm sorry, I'm too far away. I can't hear you anymore.
All right, hold on a second. Before anybody goes anyway, Nato, I want to pull out my compass orb.
Yep.
So I'll let it go.
This is the one that, so what's your objective at the moment?
I want to see where it tries to lead,
Because, but what is, do you yourself want to get to Bimo Village? Is that what you want to do?
I want to first, I guess I'm following Preston, but he went right, and Tricker went left.
Because
so
the orb points a direction of, what you kind of want.
Oh, okay. I thought this was going to tell me which way to... Okay.
To where that ass at.
So where are we going? BMO Village.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to go to BMO.
Okay, so you are thinking you want to go to BMO. So,
Yes.
like, at first it kind of floats the direction Trickery is kind of heading, and then it kind of, like, wobbles for a second, like something's wrong with it, and then it kind of heads the direction Preston's going.
Son of a... All right, grab it, put it back in my bag.
All right.
Son of a bitch. All right.
All right, so you guys breaking apart. Trickery, are you continuing on your path?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah. Okay. Well, I'll stick with the gang.
All right, so the rest of you cool going along? Well, Preston, you probably don't even notice because you're way far ahead of him. Yep.
He's got this like unusual focus. Like he's like so determined to get there that like he's got like tunnel vision.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I yell at him and I tell Trickery to just be careful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, here we go. The group is splitting up. I love doing this as a DM. All right. Well, we'll go with the main party first. All right, so you guys keep riding for another like nearly hour.
Shit, I thought it was Trickery.
Huh? You guys ride for another hour until you start seeing like the wall, the face of the mountain kind of curve like around, and it nearly goes to look like. Nearly like the mountain ranges are, because now you can kind of see another set of mountain range coming from the other side of the village itself. Until there's like nearly like a 300 like Sparta kind of setup where there's only literally the mini entrance into the village itself. It is like breaking apart the mountain range.
Yep.
Yeah, Bish. Yeah, you are definitely smelling burnt bodies. Like, there is just the foul stench of human flesh being burnt right now.
I don't need any kind of perception test to tell you guys that something's burning.
Yeah, there's wood, there's rock, you just smell smoke. So many different flavors of smoke hitting your nostril right now. And even the
Preston hurries up.
Yeah.
Preston.
As you start to get closer and closer to the opening, you just see bodies everywhere. As you look down, they are like rotted flesh and just what you could pretty much easily assume is not living creatures, but they are like undead creatures just scattered everywhere, nearly like just fallen everywhere around them.
So these are fresh.
Yes. Yeah, fresh in the sense of they're freshly killed, but they're not fresh bodies because they're.
So, are you saying that they look like people that have been killed, or like undead that have been torched?
Undead that have been killed?
Okay. So Preston's gonna follow the trail.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Where's the fresh food people?
It literally is like nearly like a D kind of like spore. Like I can just do it on here. So like as you guys get to the front of it, it's just everywhere, like around like that.
Yeah, the place is littered with bodies. Yeah. So is there any trail to follow? Any kind of discernible path?
There's the original trail that would lead into the village, but it like goes in between the like the opening of the cliff face.
Preston goes their way.
All right. So are you guys following him? You guys keeping up pace?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. As you get a bit more closer, you see a huge pile of bodies.
Do these look like undead bodies or people bodies?
No, these look like normal bodies.
Are they barbecued as well?
These ones are a bit on fire. Yeah.
Still on fire?
Yeah, just a bit. So there's just like a dying fire on them.
Disco Inferno.
Preston goes up to it and he gets off his horse.
Yep.
Is there anybody else around? Like, does the place seem like
you aren't into the village yet?
Town?
Like, you haven't got into the. This is still the opening, like out, like here. Like the village is like here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like it's a huge mountain range that have just come out of nowhere. Like nearly like a walled fortress with like around a castle, nearly.
Okay, so if Preston was to estimate,
yeah,
the population of the town and how big the pile is.
Oh, no, there's only probably about 20-30 bodies in a pile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Preston's going to just, like, rush past it and try to get into the village.
Okay. What are you three doing?
I'm probably going to look around at, like, so the undead bodies, they're burnt to a crisp.
No, undead bodies are just lying dead.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
they're just lying dead. They're
Yeah.
not torched.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, actually, the four of you kind of roll a perception for me, just so you can kind of gather maybe what has gone on here.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. You are still just looking at the burnt bodies and like
In-
absolutely
no, in-
horrified.
It makes perfect sense because Preston is like tunnel vision.
Yeah.
17, Nato.
17.
13.
13.
8.
Well, 8. You probably are just like whole like. As a cleric, this is just like the feeling of the undead already around you is like just creeping, like not creeping you out, but just like fucking with you, like, and then just this you've probably just got to the point where you knew it was a pile of dead bodies, but you realize it's a whole bunch of the town's dead bodies on fire right now. So you're a bit like, ugh. But Bish and Oz more kind of like. Bathed in battle. You kind of like had noticed around. It looks like a first defense was set up at this point, and that's why probably like because they were able to like 300 Sparta this point. A lot less of them had fallen than a lot more of the undead army.
Oh, so maybe the burnt bodies were done by the own people, so they don't turn undead. Is that a thing?
You don't know.
I think I'm on my mind. I'm thinking that we've just come back from like a fresh war.
Well, I just assumed that like the other one.
What were the two numbers you guys got?
I got 17.
17.
13.
Okay, 17. And because you've been in war, you can see they've been definitely dragged. Like the bodies have been dragged and piled here.
Yeah. So yeah.
But they haven't been dragged from a
Like
distance.
a warning.
Okay.
Like a
Oh, they haven't been dragged from a distance.
No, it looks like these were probably the bodies that fell at this point and had just been piled up together.
Yeah.
All right. So were you moving more into the village, Preston?
Yes.
All right. So we'll leave it there for a sec and flick to Trickery. Trickery, it takes you probably about a good half an hour, and you just get to flat cliff face.
I would like to look at the cliff face.
I'd like to make sweet.
It's a big rock.
It has
How
like,
high is it?
Oh, it's like a few.
420.
Yeah, about 420 flight of stairs up. No, it's about I don't know, 8 to 10 foot wall.
8 to 10 foot high?
Yeah. No, like foot. What are they called? Floor. Yeah, stories. Yeah, stories. Is the one I was looking for. Sorry. Yeah, it's pretty big, and it's like sheer cliff face. Like it looks very smooth, which is very weird, and it's very it doesn't look like it's been damaged whatsoever. Like
it doesn't look like it's climbable or it's just come out of the earth like just jagged rock. It's just straight wall.
Yeah, but it does look like, because you guys got close to the cliff face when you were in BMO Village, and B when you went into the other, it looks exactly made up of the same like granite and rock, and even like the shading and colors of it look exactly the same as well.
Okay, and if I look well, they went to the right, so if I look to the left, what do I see?
You see it going straight along for God knows as long as your eyes can see, until it probably looks like it hits the other cliff face, the natural mountain range that was on your guy's left.
Okay, 8 stories. I'm trying to decide if I could climb that. You said it was like dead smooth though, didn't you?
Yes.
Crap. Where'd Zane go?
Did
Did Zane follow me or did he follow them?
Zane's with them.
Okay.
You're on your own, buddy.
Sweet. All right. I'm debating whether I go back to the upside down pyramid place now.
Jeez, you really want to go home, don't you?
I really don't care that much about the village.
What a twist.
What a twist.
What a twist.
Chaotic neutral, baby.
Chaotic neutral's still about being neutral, so they would still want to fight an evil force.
True, but it's also I'm more interested in caring about myself.
Yeah. But going well here, let me like I don't want to force you back here, but also you'd be smart enough to not ride through the desert by yourself, especially all the way back to the Pyramid Oasis. Like,
let him do it. Let him do
like,
it.
I will if he really wants to, but also,
I'm also.
You do remember you did get attacked.
Chasing after us.
You do have.
Also, his boyfriend's gone elsewhere.
God damn it, Preston. All right, I'm gonna start riding towards the right.
All right, cool. So you're gonna be half an hour behind them. Oh, actually,
That's all right. Can you let me know when I kind of start seeing
the undead?
Like, well, not so much the undead, but like the conditions of the area.
Okay, yeah. It's pretty much a normal ride until you kind of get there. All right, so back to you, Preston. You the one moving forward, and all of a sudden you kind of hear a crying noise in front of you, and tiny little silhouette is kind of in front of you.
Tiny is in like what does it look like? It's crouched over or
some creature is on their knees.
It's Arthur. Kill it.
Preston gets off his horse.
Yep. You're already off your horse.
You're already off your horse.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I'm already off the horse. I walk towards it slowly.
Yeah.
And I just say, it's okay. Where's everybody? Are you okay?
As he turns around, you instantly recognize it's Arthur, and he's like,
I run up to him.
I just wanted my parents back.
I run up to him. I run up to him and I hug him.
So, like, before you even get to him, there are two bodies in front of him as well, like undead bodies, a male and a female. And he like looks at you. They tried to eat me. He brought them back, and they tried to eat me.
He brought your parents back?
I just wanted to see them again. That's all. He said if I helped him, he'd let me see them again.
I gotta go to Twitch to see.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Preston just kind of pushes past the bodies and grabs him and hugs him.
The village is gone. Like they're all dead. They're all dead. I just wanted to see my mom and dad again.
And Preston he's like, I know.
You definitely notice that like they had like one's got its like neck snapped and the other one is like got a huge axe kind of going through its body, like axe crushed through its bodies, and he kind of looks at you. He goes, "The dwarf, he helped, but I don't know where he is now."
I kind of take him out of the hug and I hold him like I still have a hold of him. I don't let him go.
Yeah.
And I just said, do you know where anybody else is?
I don't know. I haven't been into the village yet. I didn't want to leave my mom and dad.
I walk up behind Preston.
Yep.
What do I see?
Pretty much the same scene. Like you guys aren't into the village yet. You're just on the like borderline of where the wall face is.
All right. While this is happening, then I'll walk into the village.
All right. Everything is on fire. There's hardly anything left. There's just everything is to the ground. You do notice the little like town hall.
Yeah.
Is about the only building that's sort of standing. Even that's a bit on fire and stuff like that.
Shout out to the builders of these areas. The town hall always stays up.
I just pretty much exclaim, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. There is just bodies everywhere. There is, undead and normal bodies just everywhere, scattered.
Okay.
Preston just holds Arthur out and you just say, is there anybody left? Do you know if there's anybody left?
He's like kind of, because you're like, he feels a bit more like safer around you. He goes, I don't know. As I said, I haven't been into the village. I came here with the wizard and he reached into the ground and brought up my parents and...
Can I walk up behind Preston at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, I walk up behind Preston at this point.
Yeah.
All right, and I see pretty much what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you would definitely notice the two undead bodies as well, like a male and a female, like nicely dressed and stuff like that. But yeah, you do notice like one has had like its neck snapped, like it's something brutal has hit its neck, and then something is sliced down the female's like chest area.
Do I see Arthur?
Yeah.
I'm angry.
Okay.
I'm angry because of what happened back at the bar.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm angry. That's like he sees me angry.
He
Like,
doesn't
I wanna make
really
sure that
he's just so like broken right now. He doesn't even care if you'd killed him.
Does Oz have the helmet on?
Yeah, I haven't taken it off.
Yeah. So yeah, you still do have that helmet on. Yeah, but he literally like is like so broken. He's beyond fear at this moment. Like he's literally.
Okay, well, then I take
since-
off the helmet.
He's literally seen his parents killed twice in front of him. After before, and the second time, nearly seeing his parents eat him, and then seeing them killed in front of him again. So he's kind of just like.
All
a
right, I take the
broken
helmet
shell.
off.
Okay.
I put it in my bag and I ask Preston what's going on. What's
Oh,
going on?
It looks like the those bastards used Arthur, and they brought his parents back to try and kill him. And
What a twist!
I don't know if there's anyone left, but we have to look.
Can we trust this little squirt?
Of course we can. He was manipulated.
Okay.
We can't leave him. We can't leave him.
As kind of like the same kind of reaction to like the Zane thing, you understand, like you were like he was trying to manipulate you as well, Oz, but like you are like a battle hardened person. You could.
You're just very strong.
You could imagine like how easy it would be to trick like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, how old is he?
Yeah, like 6 to 8 years old. He's like.
Oh, he's only a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a kid.
Oh man.
Yeah, Arthur's like a child. That's why.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh.
yeah.
I thought he was just a tiny.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
like
no,
I thought he was a
That's what I
gnome.
thought. I thought it was like Golem or something.
I thought
No,
it was
he's
like 30 or something.
no, he's a child halfling. Like he's
Oh,
that's
man.
what I mean.
Okay, now you're clearing shit up a little bit,
Yeah.
Nada. All right, then I'm not going to be angry at the kid.
I'm still gonna act the same way.
Yeah, that's why he wanted to join. Like he was like so excited to join you. It's like he's this tiny child
as a
halfling that was like,
Am
oh
I
my
the only one
god.
that saw him as a kid?
What is he, like 2 foot tall or something?
Yeah, like he's tiny.
Okay,
but-
well then that changes things.
It's like a little
Preston-
gerbil, man.
Preston
No,
looks
mate.
at him and he just says, do you wanna come with me,
Boy.
boy?
He,
Don't be
he's-
sorry,
Like he
big
just
better.
hasn't got like he used the last of his like words. Like he's now just like kind of like a husk, and he kind of just like looks up to you and like kind of slowly nods at you.
And I go, okay, come, we'll get on the horse. So I get back on the horse,
Mm.
and I
Lift him up onto it.
lift them up onto it as well.
Yeah.
And we just go into BMO Village, see if we can find anything.
All right, so as you kind of get a little bit more further in, you do notice a kind of like a slight pile. Like there's about 6 or 8 zombies in this one area, kind of like dead on top of each other.
All right. Where's does Trickery caught up yet or not?
No, not yet.
Have I caught up yet?
Where are you?
He was a bit
I
behind.
don't know. I'd like to believe I was following somebody, but
Yeah, no,
You're like-
you were literally just with all of them just then. Like you would have seen the whole thing with.
Dazza was just
We were
left
at the wall.
at the two
We were-
entrances.
Yeah, like Oz like went forward with Preston, and apparently like Dazza and me, we were still at the wall.
Yeah, they didn't walk behind me. They
Yeah,
Are you guys following me?
yeah,
I-
I'm still inspecting the area with all the bodies, like who's bad, who's good.
yeah.
What
I'd
are
like-
you doing here? Where's your arm?
You still would have probably
Sure.
overheard the kind of because like he wasn't too far in. Like he was just a little bit past the burning pile of bodies.
Yeah, fair
Okay.
enough.
So you would have heard like most of the conversation. But are you moving into the village with Preston as well now? Because you see him moving further into the village with Oz
And Arthur.
and Arthur.
I want to move in with them.
Okay. So Daz, what's your mind frame at the moment?
Like far out, this place is hell right now. It's ridiculous.
That is literally a good description of like this is like how a lot of movies do hell, like with just that constant, just that red glow in the smoke and just dead bodies of undead and normal humans just everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can I recognize if any of these bodies can come back?
You are not feeling anything from them. And like with your kind of knowledge of this kind of stuff, the only ones probably would have been that possible were the ones that are currently on fire. You still don't know whether it was the village themselves burning it, but from the scene you see a little bit further in, you don't think anyone from the village would have been around to be able to do this.
So I wanna just take my time and look around the village and just try to look for people.
Oh yeah, like soon, like just before you get to the town center, as I said, you see this like piled up of about 6 or 8 bodies.
Do I recognize any of them?
No, they're all undead bodies.
Like, are they just like motionless, or are they like?
You can see like one's missing an arm, one's got like a neck snapped, and one's like.
I mean, are they like standing up, ready to rock and roll?
No. Like they've all kind of like fell on top of each other like that.
Okay. I know I'm acting really blasé and just kind of scoping out the area, but apparently I did hear what Arthur said.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to insinuate he mentioned a dwarf that came and helped.
Yeah.
What crazy little dwarf do we know that, is a bit gung-ho and ready for the fight?
Do you want an answer to that, or do you actually just know?
I think I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a guy here. I can't remember
it was Chiro.
Chiro.
Yeah. He was the dwarven ranger that was like, he said he'd stay back and look after the village.
Mm-hmm. So he has to be somewhere.
Probably still fighting the good fight.
We have to find him. Maybe he'll know where everybody else is. There's got to be survivors.
Are you near that pile of bodies now?
Oh no.
Preston?
Yeah.
Okay, and Bish, you were obviously close to him talking. And do you say Chiro?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear a bit of a murmur behind the bodies. Just a
glance over.
I look over and I'm like, Chiro?
Guys.
Preston gets off the horse.
Yeah, as you walk around like to the side that would be between the bodies and the town hall. Yeah, you see like a dwarven like lying down, kind of like lying, like leaning against the pile of bodies, like, and you see a lot of blood around him as well.
Whoa.
I look over and I frantically look back and I'm like, Dazza!
All right, I look in the direction and I'm guessing I see him too.
I'm gonna try and like
no,
stabilize him until Dazza can
because he's on the opposite side of the bodies, and because of his height and the height of the bodies, he's kind of like obscured from your vision, but you kind of see the horror on Preston's face.
All right, I'm running over to Preston.
Can I stabilize him until Daz gets there? Or the time is so.
Give me a medicine roll just while this is happening. Daz, like you run around and you see like Preston kind of
my
like
first double-digit roll.
Ooh.
Hey, nice.
But yeah, and you see Zero.
20.
Damn. All right. Yeah, you were able to like. You apply pressure to the chest, but there is a lot of blood coming out. Like as you push on it, you kind of like are trying to hold pressure, but you feel like the rib cage nearly giving as you're trying to push onto it.
I'm like, Daz, he's bleeding.
Right.
Just as you get to him, he's like, you see him kind of like suck up just whatever energy he has left in him. He's like, don't worry about me, the children, and he kind of like points to the town center.
Preston looks over.
You just see like a couple of undead, like nearly just kind of dotted along the way to the doors of the town center.
I'll take Preston's place covering the wound.
Okay.
I've got medicine as well.
I'm already on the scene though, right?
Yep.
All right, okay, first things first.
You're the greatest.
I'm the realist.
Yep, you know it. No, I'd be like, oh, shit, Chiro, buddy, you all right, mate? Oh, obviously not. Fuck.
He goes, and he like as like you take your hands with Preston to go that way, and like just before like as you were about to try and put your hands on there, Bish, he kind of like pushes them away. He goes, "No, the children in there."
Look, give me literally 6 seconds. I want to use spare the dying.
And also, I took Preston's place, so I knew his instinct would be to run.
Hey?
To the kids.
Yeah, no. That, as he said, like, as Bish, you try and put your hands there to do the same thing, he pushes them away, and this is like, no, kids, town, center, help.
Preston's already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're running, and like, yeah, you see dead bodies like litter, and like as you get to the doors, there's a whole bunch more bodies, but the wounds on them have changed. It looks like pierce holes in them.
Ooh.
Like they've been pierced rather than slashed. Like the ones that you were seeing, it looks like maybe Chiro had taken them out as like, because like as you saw, there was a bow next to him with like an empty quiver.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of arrows in the ones leading towards like, so he was like trying to stop things running after whatever went into the town center.
And Preston just rushes in trying to
All right,
get there as soon as he can.
as you get in, it's completely different looking from what you got. There is like tables and chairs like lined up and making nearly a path, and there's just like undead like dead leaning against the sides of like the path, like they're nearly like walls, but they're walls made of furniture and anything that it looks like the villagers could get to kind of like funnel them through, so they couldn't just flood into this place. But yeah, you're seeing dead everywhere.
Do I see any signs of the kids?
Nope.
Any
Do you want
tracks?
to keep pushing into it? Because like it's nearly like a snake path that snakes into the town center itself.
Yeah, I'll go in.
All right, so yeah, you're rushing in. Bish, what are you doing? Like he's pushing you away and telling like urgently, just like, no, leave me, I'm dying, just children.
All right, then if he's saying that, I understand it. I'm gonna go chase Preston.
Okay, so you shoot off as well. Like Daz, you're in this like half like looking to them and like him as well of like, yeah. So are you gonna cast the spell?
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my left hand on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say to him, "Look, mate,
like
you hang in there.
We'll be back same with Bish. Like he's like grabbing you and nearly like trying to tug you, like grabbing that arm and like nearly trying to tug and push you into the way of the town center.
Okay, so I force my hand to his shoulder then, then with that hand, I'm going to spare the dying.
It is pretty easy. Like, he has no strength, so you, like, easily push... Oz, what are you doing at this moment? Because, like, you're seeing all this as well.
Yes, Oz is just hanging out.
Yeah, that's a good question. Shit. Hold on, let me just have a quick look, because I don't even know.
Just real quick. Preston's gonna quickly grab the copper wire again and shoot a message to Oz.
Yep.
And he just says, "Look after Arthur."
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's like one of those.
I just should have looked. Since I hear it, I just should have looked like kind of like a one of those films where you just shoot that look and the black bars just go across the eyes like that.
So so you're like you had hopped off your horse and then you like do that like, and you kind of like jump up onto Preston's horse and like sit with Arthur, like just not even like pretending like he's not even there, but like doing.
Fair enough. This is probably the best way to kind of have us do anything right now.
Yeah.
I just turn around and say, "Keep quiet, boy."
Dad of War.
You don't see it, but you can kind of feel him like do the slightest little like quick nod as he's like, yeah, because he's still kind of like talk. All right, back to you, Preston. As you round one of the corners, you instantly see the scene of two undead bodies, undead, around a young boy, and he's got like bite marks on him, and he's not moving whatsoever. But it's only a one child. But you do see the same kind of wounds in these ones, two like pierce wounds, one to the head, and then the other one has like a few in its chest. And the path still leads on a bit further down into the town center.
Alright, so
as you get a bit closer, you do notice, you recognize this young lad, that kid. He was the older brother of the three kids that were like three brothers that were playing with you. The older one that didn't, at first was like, I don't want to mess with him. And the middle brother was the one that was like being entertained, and the younger brother was being entertained by the magic you were doing the last time you were here.
Kids.
Yeah.
He was the oldest of the three.
I rush over to them.
Yeah,
or him.
He's not breathing, nothing. There's a huge chunk out of his neck, and there's not even blood coming out of it anymore. Like it's.
Preston looks horrified, and he's like patting his hands over him. I'm trying to like do everything I can medically to, I'm prop him up, and I'm trying to like it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Like
it's literally like you're trying to pick up like jelly. Like he's just like flopping in your arms as you're like trying to hold him up. The young human child is just, there's no life left in him whatsoever.
Preston's just like
you two as you're doing that, the two of you kind of round the corner and kind of catch up to him, and you just see this like lifeless child. Like the two of you sort of recognize like it's a familiar face.
Who
I think isn't just me and Preston together?
I thought it was Daz ran in as well.
I wanted to run in,
Yeah.
Like, the idea was cast a spell, bolt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the two of you round the corner, like, Bish runs in first and kind of stops because you're just like, holy fuck. And then, like, Daz runs around and sees it as well.
And Preston's there with this kid, and he's just like, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. Like, he's just freaking out, trying to do everything he can to... It's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. I've got to have something. He reaches, he's like going through his backpack and his pouch, and
I think I'm gonna be a bit more open-minded, so I'm just gonna like grab Preston by the shoulder and go, we've got to keep moving forward.
And like Daz, you've never really had to deal with like mortal wounds back in like on actually no, you probably would have seen it like once or twice, maybe a dead body from like a work injury that went like really bad. But so
like a water tower.
Oh yeah,
workplace accident.
Yeah, but you also didn't see the lifeless body after it. You just knew that somebody probably would have died. But like this is unless you have like very advanced magic.
I know that there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
I walk up to Preston as well and put my hand on his shoulder, and I say, "Look, mate, it's really hard, but."
About half, as you get to about there, you hear growling coming from like further on in.
Growling.
Yeah, you hear like.
Preston gently puts down the body, and then he goes over.
You hear a loud thud as well further on. You don't know what it is, but you hear another thud.
There could be survivors, and then Preston.
Hang on.
Okay.
Sorry, can I perform divine sense?
Yeah, you feel undead, like further on in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful, Preston. Don't be too hasty. There's more down there.
But what if there's more people we can save? We have to save them.
So wait, where's Daz? Daz is looking.
You hear a help?
No, you're with us.
Yeah, I'm with you.
When a hero comes.
You hear a female help come from the down the tunnels.
All right.
We have to help them.
All right, just let me go first.
All right, you rush ahead first. You continue down the path.
Rush ahead?
Sorry, push ahead. Yes. As like same kind of scene. There's just undead littered through. And they just have pierce marks left, right, and center. Like a few that you, with a bit more of a battle sense of like, some of them are really good, accurate shots to like a head or a heart, but other ones have like frantic, like a few jabs to eventually get to like a death blow and stuff like that. As you round like pretty much the last corner before you get to where you guys remembered was the what's it called, like the office. Remember the office at the back?
Yep.
Yeah, you just see one more. You see an undead with his back to you guys as you kind of come in, and you just all of a sudden you see like a pole come through it, like a sharp pole come through its head, and then like it slowly like waves left and right, and then falls to the ground, and then just before you kind of see it, like you just see this young figure kind of fall down as well with it.
Fall down dead or just fall down?
You have no idea from the distance you are now.
All right, I'm going to hesitantly move forward with sword stance.
All right.
Preston's going to walk along with her with a firebolt cantrip ready to go in his hand.
All right, so yeah, you guys are like slowly moving forward. Bish, You instantly recognize the person.
I know who this is.
It's the little girl.
It's the young girl you gave the spear to. And she has she has shallow bite marks all up and down her arms and legs, and just a bit of a chunk kind of on her shoulder, but she's still breathing.
I haven't seen The Walking Dead here.
Yeah, it's a bit zombie-ish.
Upside down pyramid oasis sounding pretty good about right now.
I'm gonna be standing in shock for a bit.
All right, I'm gonna run up to the girl. So is she on the floor or?
Yeah, she's lying. She still has the pole grasp in her hand. She's nearly out cold, but she still has nearly a samurai grip on the pole that's still in the zombie's head as she's passed out. It's still just wrapped in her hands.
And she looks pretty bad, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah. You
Okay,
can't. You with your medical knowledge, you don't even know how she's still standing. Still standing.
I'm gonna help her stand. I've got one more level 1 spell left.
Yep.
I'm gonna use my last cure wounds on her.
All right. She slowly opens her eyes, one first, and only a quarter open, and then kind of that one stays about that, and then the other one opens, and she kind of lifts up her head slowly, and she instantly sees you, Bish, and she's like, I got him. I protected him. I was strong, just like you said.
Bish cracks the slightest smile.
And yeah, she's healed, but she's still just exhausted. And she kind of looks at you, Daz, and she's and she kind of points to the door behind you, the little office. The door is shut at the moment.
All right, I'm gonna head towards that door and I'm gonna open it. Just not gonna use any caution. Just gonna bust it open.
Yes.
Is that wait? Hold on. Is this the same office?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you knock it open, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of kids in there, all just kind of curled up together and kind of hugging in a group and shaking, and they absolutely just terrified as you bang through the door. But then all of a sudden they kind of all recognize you from before when you guys were drinking and laughing and all that, and they're just everybody's dead. And a young girl kind of just hops up and she runs out and she just not bursts past you, but as much as she can squeezes past you to get through the door, and she's like, is she all right? And she runs to the girl on the ground, and she's like, is my sister okay?
I didn't know she had a fucking sister. I thought she was alone. She was an orphan.
No, it looks like she had a sister.
She lied to you, the bitch.
Yeah.
Back to Winnipeg.
Fucking big sister mentality went out the fucking window.
Preston, what are you doing? It's a younger sister, it looks like.
Ah, great.
Still got it.
You just became the mum.
Yeah, Preston, what are you doing at the moment?
I'm gonna go to where all the kids are and make sure that they're all right.
Yeah, you recognize a whole bunch of them, and you definitely notice the other two brothers there, and they give you the biggest smile when they see you, and they're like, and then they kind of,
Daddy, you're home.
No, and then they kind of as excited they are to see you, they kind of look past you, and they're like, where's Doug?
Doug's the one that I couldn't save, right?
Yeah, probably.
Upon hearing that, Preston just he's not good at hiding his emotions, so his face just almost goes white, and he just looks down, and he's just like, I'm sorry. We have to get everyone out of here.
Is being a zombie a disease?
You don't know?
How do I not know?
If you were a more devoured paladin, I'd probably...
Devoured?
Like
Devout.
devoted, sorry, is what I meant to say. Devoted, sorry.
Devout.
I knew what you meant.
Devout, yes. Yeah, you'd probably know a bit more about it, but still, it's not something they really teach. Especially, like, to a, like, at the stage you were at before you left.
Alright.
You know about zombies and all, like, how to beat them and stuff like that. And you do know, like, burning them usually just stops them from happening, but you don't know how... And also there is multiple ways how, like, zombies occur, like necromancers and diseases and plagues and all different ways as well. So you sort of have a knowledge, but you don't have an idea.
Alright, fair enough. I'm gonna take my cloak that I've been wearing this entire time.
This
so everyone knows. I've been actually wearing a cloak this entire time. I'm actually gonna take it off and wrap the girl in it, like to keep it warm and kind of tucked in.
Okay. Yeah. So let's stop there for a moment. Flick roll trickery. Trickery. Yeah, you are finally getting to the point where it starts rounding around, and yeah, now you see this you are starting to see the hell on earth now, like with this red glow in the smoke and just dead bodies everywhere outside the front of the opening of the cliff faces.
God damn it, Preston. Alright, how far would you say I am from, like, the village proper?
Oh, like a good 100 meters in front of it.
100 meters?
You do see Zane at the pile of, like, bodies, the ones that are on fire, and he's kind of just, like, pulling them out slowly and kind of, like, looking over their faces, maybe trying to figure out, like, who they are, or you have no idea kind of what he's doing at the moment.
I'm going to ride up to Zane, because 100 meters wouldn't take long.
No, it'd take 2 seconds.
Which way?
Because the rest of your crew headed in to the town centre.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but if I wanted to go straight for the caves...
Yep.
Would I pass the town centre?
Oh, yeah. There's only, like, one street that runs up the middle of the town. The only way you would be able to get another way in was coming in from a different direction, but because of the...
It's all blocked off.
Cliff face, yeah.
Yeah. Can I ditch me horse?
Mm-hmm.
And...
You just, like, pick it up and you throw it, and it's just like, Zane looks at you and says,
hey,
oh my
I've got
God.
Well, I've got those ogre gauntlets.
Yeah, you do,
actually. You know, I can.
You probably could.
So, yeah, I would like to basically go full rogue mode here and pulling out my rapier and dagger, start stealthing through the corpses and ruins and everything like that, and just get up to the edge of the town hall building.
Okay. There's not much between you and the town, but you can kind of like make your way through the smoke in a way that you probably haven't been seen. So you do get to the town hall.
Do I notice anything along the way, like passive, like perception or anything like that?
No, just dead bodies everywhere. You do see Oz on a horse with like a tiny figure sitting on his back.
I see Oz.
Yeah.
And he's got a tiny figure on his back.
Sitting on the back of his horse, yeah.
Do I recognize said tiny figure?
Probably not from this behind, no. You just see it's a tiny human or tiny humanoid.
I keep sneaking past.
Okay. You know,
No questions.
roll. Actually, no. I was gonna
say, can I make a perception check?
No. I was a gunner, but you're probably in just such a pissed off mood that you're in this situation where you're just like, I want to leave this kid, but I know I should protect him, so I've got to sit here, and you're just like that constant fight in your mind of like, fuck this kid, but also, god damn it, I've got to protect this kid. So like you're just so distracted that you don't even notice Trickery kind of like sneak past you, and like even you, Trickery, you're like, I'm very stealthy, but like that was a lot easier than it needed to be just then.
So you like stuff?
You kind of feel him like shake left and right. Like, no.
Okay.
Ask him if he likes Yeezys.
Who said that?
It's the metagaming pigeon.
Yeah, so what are you doing, Trickery?
I'm going to keep stealthing down to the caves.
All right. Yeah, you see, like, here and there, you see, like, a bunch of armored people surrounded by a bunch of undead. Like, more, like, densely surrounded by a bunch of undead, and then, like...
Do I recognize the armored people as being, like, villagers, or...
They look like the same kind of armor of the dudes that were with you when Zane rocked up.
Oh, okay, so they're undead armored people.
No.
Oh.
They look like the armor of the dudes that helped you out. So, what you could gather, they're probably more resistant fighters that stayed here with
okay.
Scartooth.
Alright, so they're just trying to fight off the undead.
Mm.
Alright, do I foresee a way of sneaking past all of the calamity?
Yeah, there doesn't, like, apart from bodies, there doesn't look to be anything between you and the cave itself. There's just rubble everywhere.
Alright, can I see, so I can see the cave entrance?
Yeah, you probably would. It might be, like, you know its direction and you kind of see-ish, but it's very smoky and it's very, like, lit up and there's fire everywhere.
Yeah, dark vision, tiefling.
Well, it's actually more just, like, it's flickering between being very light because of a fire and very dark, so it's very...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, basically, I want to know if the wall construction that the village had built was still covering the cave entrance.
You're gonna have to move very close to that until you can kind of see. Like,
okay.
You do know its direction, but you can't. It does look a different color, if that makes sense. It doesn't look the same as the last time you kind of saw it.
All right, about how far away would I be?
Good 300 meters, so-ish.
Ooh, yeah, probably need to move.
Because, like, the town kind of ends for a bit, and then it was, like, a little bit of a path to the actual cave itself.
Okay, can I try stealthing a little bit closer?
Yeah. So when you get about, let's say about 200, all of a sudden, like, yeah, where the village ends, it's just, like, clear open land. So there's nothing really to stealth from here on.
Behind. Yeah, like, the smoke wouldn't be enough of a cover.
No. Especially because you're out of the village now. There's nothing more on fire as well between here and the cave opening.
Yeah. Is there, or do I have a better sight of the opening?
Yeah. You can see it's wide open now.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna... I might start making my way back to those resistant fighters and see if I can, like, get some sneak attack going on some of those zombies.
Oh, no, they're all dead. That's what I mean. They're, like, surrounded by a bunch of, like... It looks like each soldier, like, killed about 8 between 5 to 15
Are the soldiers dead?
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, the soldiers are dead as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
everyone's dead.
There's like a dead body, and then that person's surrounded by a bunch of bodies as well. So they they killed a lot, but eventually they were overwhelmed.
Would I have seen the resistance leaders?
No, you have not seen Scartooth anywhere.
Scartooth, no. Okay.
You would have noticed her body, so no.
No Tonk.
Tonk?
Derek. I haven't seen Derek.
No, you haven't seen Derek either.
Okay.
But there's a whole bunch of, like, a lot of rubble either side of. They could have died in, like, getting crushed by whatever, or they could be burnt bodies. You just didn't see them along the path you went towards the actual cave entrance.
All right. All right. Well, I'm going to go sit down next to the cave entrance and wait for.
You want to walk there? So you want to leave the... All right. I need you to roll an initiative for me. As soon as you leave... What do you call it?
Shit. I should have checked.
You fucking dead, boy.
Yeah, I did. That would be
well back at the ranch.
Yeah, I wonder where Trickery is.
That's a 9.
I wonder what Trickery...
Okay. A 9. Yeah, 5 zombies like come out of the ground as soon, like a few, like even about 4 or 5 steps out of the thing, because like it was all just clear, and they 5 of them just start coming out of the ground in front of you.
All right. Shit. Okay. You never see it come.
But your mind is too fast for us.
All right. So, yeah, I rolled 9 on my initiative.
All right, let's flick to a battle screen. Do. All right.
Look what you've done, Dash.
Yeah.
Oh, I never saw that coming.
All right. Just get rid of a bit of this.
Nate, I used permanent marker.
No, I didn't. It's just been on there for a long time, so I haven't wiped it off yet. That's all right. That's enough. All right, zombies. Let me grab some zombies.
You like zombies?
Never saw the zombie.
No, I did not.
Oh boy, this is gonna be good.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, gee.
Oh boy.
Gee, I don't know, Rick.
Damn it, Morty.
Sorry, wrong way around. That way. Yeah.
What are you gonna do, Rick?
All right. The first 2 zombies, they just stay put.
They're not actually zombies. They're just bureaucrats. I don't respect them.
Then the third zombie, he just seems to stand there as well. So now it is your turn, Benny.
Okay.
Old trickery.
I would 2, 3, 4. Spells. I'm going to.
What's this?
Is that 15 feet?
They're
I'm
5.
gonna go take it. I'm gonna go really.
There's only 8 of
2,
them.
3.
8 feet.
Yeah, that's 5, 10, 15. Yeah.
Yeah. What's this say? I forgot what my spells do. That does that. Ooh, this might actually be good to do. All right. I'm going to cast Thunder Wave on that one directly in front of me.
Okay. I've got to roll Dex.
Constitution saving throw.
Is 15.
Damn it, it's 13. Fuck. It still does a very loud thunderous boom, audible out to 300 feet.
Okay. As you do that, 2 more zombies appear out of the ground.
Well, fuck. So I've used my action.
Tricker used flee.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
I've got the Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm gonna start running away.
All right, cool. Yeah. You move this way. How much feet?
30 feet.
Yeah. You're. They don't seem to follow you, and all of a sudden, like the further ones start to go, like just sink back into the ground, and then the further you get away, more of them sink back into the ground, and then as you get far enough away, all of them sink back into the ground.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. So I've noticed that they've obviously just kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
All right. Now that I've made myself, I know what's there. I'm just going to sit at the edge of the town and wait patiently for Preston and Oz and Daz and Bish.
All right. Well, we'll flick back to you guys. Oz, you see like Zane kind of walking in. There's another man next to him.
There's another man named Zane.
Mm.
They're holding hands.
Yeah. They're kissing twirling each other's hairs and stuff.
Sky says yes.
No, there's like a robed kind of dude where what you can kind of see a bit of old and like just a brown kind of robe across him and stuff like that.
All right. Well, I'll get off the horse. Stay here, boy.
And you just as you're hopping off, you see him kind of do like the slight like nod, like yeah.
All right. Who's this?
Director's
design.
He like starts to like talk shaky at the start, but kind of like steels himself. He goes, This is Rupert. He's the seer. Like I don't know how to explain it. He means like a seer.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. I would have probably corrected that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, like
you mean sire?
And he goes to giggle for a second. He goes, no, like he sort of works with us here and there at the Pyramid Oasis, and
okay.
He was the last of the people coming in with the resistance, and I don't know, like, but I think we need to move further in.
To where?
To the cave. I don't know. Like, and then he kind of like shakes it off for a bit. He's like, I haven't seen any, like, I've seen a few of my colleagues and resistant fighters, but I haven't seen any of the higher ups. Like, I haven't seen Scartooth, and I haven't seen, like, God, like Brad and
okay, well, okay, this is nice. I think well, yeah, so I just activated something.
Hey Google.
We should probably tell Preston.
Okay. Where are they?
They're inside.
Okay. As you guys kind of walk past, you like see Chiro, and yeah, it doesn't look like he's breathing.
Who's not breathing?
Preston. He's dead.
Yeah, like it's like a sort of side thought, but you just like you kind of walk past him and kind of you guys walk along the path into and you find the rest of the crew kind of like sitting there with the kids.
I tell Boy to come with me.
Okay.
So
like he jumps off the horse and kind of comes with you.
Cool. I give him oh no, I won't do anything. So yeah, we'll go inside.
Nato, could I throw rocks at the zombies from where I'm sitting?
Yeah, you like throw rocks. Nothing seems to come out of the ground.
Okay, I'm just sitting there throwing rocks, seeing if I can get some headshots.
Yeah, well, they've gone back into the ground. You can't see them anymore. It's just like flat plain.
Oh, so they're like under the ground, like in the dirt. Okay.
So I want to go find Preston now. So I want to go inside and find Preston.
Yeah. You guys. Yeah, that's what I said. You guys meet up. You Zane.
Okay, so I'll tell him. Zone, tell him.
Okay. We need to push. We need to push in. I don't know how.
Push in what in the
my dick. Hurry up.
I don't understand. How would that help the situation? What?
People are missing. They must still be alive. They must have taken them somewhere, or they'd be here.
Where do you think?
Whether they'd be undead or they'd be just dead.
There'd be some trace of their bodies. Yeah. Where are you suggesting that they could be?
I don't know. Like at least the rumored defenses they had for this village went up. Like you saw the walls, the mountain range. Like I thought it was just like a joke that Derek would tell us that they had something here, but it seems like they did. So they must have had something to protect themselves. I don't know if they fled or whether they were taken, but the only way is inwards. So they must.
So where do you think everybody else is?
I don't don't want to say it because like it was closed off, but the caves, like this the only rational explanation.
Okay, well, I say we gotta get these kids to safety. Well, they are safe now, but
yeah,
we gotta make sure that
they stay safe.
Yeah, we gotta make sure they stay safe. We gotta make sure our friend outside is still alive and kicking and good.
Has anybody seen Trickery? My God, I haven't seen him in like an hour, maybe 2.
And we really haven't cared either.
Yeah, that's why I just bring it up.
It's not like you really haven't cared. It's just like so much has been pressing on your mind. Like this is like, oh yeah, shit, fucking Trickery.
Yeah.
Preston looks around, scratches his head a bit, and goes, "I always just assume he's sneaking around next to me or something."
He's probably grabbing an 8th round.
Well, let's make sure that we'll make sure. What's his name? Churro?
Yeah.
Make sure Churro's fine and can look after.
You cast spare the dying, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Which is meant to stabilize him.
Yeah. So sorry. Yeah, he wasn't not breathing, but he was just like out cold. Like, yeah, he was just out.
Did you do that also for the girl?
Well, I gave her a cure wounds, so I gave her like a bump up.
Yeah.
Cure wounds. So that means it cures the wounds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the deep bite marks kind of like heal up, and a few of the like surface, like because there's just so many on her, they kind of leave like scars up and down her arms of like bite marks and all up and down her, like because she has like torn bits of clothing off her leg where like a bite mark's gone in and scratches and stuff like that. You could kind of gather she was the one that killed most of those zombies that you walked past through the town center on the way here.
Okay, but she's gonna be fine. Like with my knowledge.
Do you want to have a look at her? Or are you just kind of like having a quick glaze after you, like Daz is healed?
I'm with her. I'm with her right now. I've tucked her in with my
cloak. Oh yeah, like soon as you were tucking her in, you notice one of the bites has a blackness around it.
Fuck.
What were you gonna say, Preston?
No, I was gonna say if I'd noticed Preston's not observant at the best of times, so never mind.
Hey, I've just walked in. What do I see?
Oh yeah, you see like you noticed the kid dead on the way through, and then yeah, you see like the young girl that like you may have sort of seen
first time around. Yeah.
What's the name talking to that night, and yeah, you just see Preston kind of like emotionally dead at the moment, and Daz kind of like looking over the kids, making sure they're like the rest of them are all right. The rest of them don't seem to have much marks on them whatsoever. Like just like a few torn like the clothing and stuff like that, but not like nothing that needs healing really. Like a few bumps and scratches from maybe like hitting walls and stuff like that, but nothing it looks like from the zombies themselves.
Where's Arthur?
Arthur's with you, just like trailing behind you.
Okay. Okay.
You've got the Zane and the Seer with you, haven't you, as well?
Well, yeah, but they're talking to Preston now, aren't they?
Yeah. So the Seer kind of walks over to the girl, and he like has a quick look over, and he like looks at the wound, and he goes, "That's troubling.
She got the taint."
He's like, I've never seen that come off for zombie, so I don't know.
Can I have a look at it too? Since he's brought it to the open attention.
Yeah, you don't really recognize it whatsoever because it's nearly like a darkening of the skin rather than like not metagaming or anything like that. It's just more just like for you like explaining the reference. It's not like in zombie movies where you see like something's in the bloodstream and it's like it looks infected or something like that. This just looks like the skin's the area itself is going like a bit black, like it's been like stained nearly. But like even in the even in the scar and stuff like that as it heals up, it's a bit black. You have no idea what it is.
Ooh.
The last time we were here, I sat in like a chair in a corner or something. Is that chair still sitting there?
Yeah.
I'll go sit on a chair and sit in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like go into the office and kind of drag it out and like sit it with them.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to observe everything, just kind of like look around, but not really like give it my full attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
I think I want to step outside.
Okay.
And have a look at old mate Jiro.
Okay. Cool. The seer kind of looks at you, Bish. He kind of recognizes you're like not observantly looking at her, but he can kind of tell you're like looking over like a hawk would look over not like a look over a prey in like you want to kill it, but just like pretending like you're not caring, but like you are like secretly like making
stone face.
Yeah, making sure she's okay at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like she'll be all right for now. Like I'll come grab you if anything's happening.
I get up slowly, and I don't show a hint of emotion, but just before I walk past him, I lean over close to his ear, and I say, "If anything happens to her, you're in trouble," and walks out.
He kind of nearly giggles a bit, like just because like the slightest like breath of air that could nearly be perceived as a chuck, like just like but like not evil way, as in like he knows that you're like you worried about her but don't want to show it, and he's like just like aw, and like just to kind of like
he shouldn't be like that.
Huh?
He shouldn't be like that. That was a death warrant.
Yeah, no, he's more just like how he can kind of recognize how much you care about her just then, from how like if you fucking let her die, I'll fucking kill you, and like he's like I'll come get you if anything arises. Anything arises.
I don't even look back. I leave.
The rest of the kids are kind of following you guys out as well.
Yep. That sounds good.
All right, so all of you are out the front, or are you still sitting on your chair there, Oz?
Still sitting on my... Well, where is everybody at the moment? So Preston's still doing his thing, and Bish has walked out?
Yep.
I'll get up and follow Bish.
All right. I like to think that seeing Bish leave would start to kind of get all the kids out.
Yeah. Yeah, they all like follow you and Bish. They're like... Even though Bish didn't give them anything when she was around, the girl probably would have talked about her since she left, and like they all think of her as kind of like a
mommy.
No, more just like a tough warrior. Like she probably like talked Bish up as like, oh, she was this Valkyrian warrior that
she was fucking so good, killed all the motherfuckers.
That give me that, and then like she probably always paraded around the pole that like Bish gave her at the end, and it's like that's the tool that she was using to kill all those zombies as well. But it was just like this godly warrior gave me this weapon, and she was badass. So they all like they're following you, like you're like this warrior goddess as well, Bish.
So where's Arthur again?
Arthur's following you. He's all of a sudden like become more like. Well, you can't really gather if it's because like he's terrified of you or just like sees you as just this huge force as well. So he's just like, the closer I stay to this huge force, the less I'm probably going to be, the more chance I have of surviving. And like every so often he like slows down to be closer to Preston, but then like hurries up because he knows he has to stay close to you. And
oh, we found the dogs.
The dogs in the village are all right.
Okay, all right then. All right, then I'll can't believe this. Boy, can you get on the horse? I'll tell him get on the horse on his own, like
he like kind of like grabs like where your foot would be, and then like kind of like hops himself up onto that, like with like brings up 2 feet and jumps on that, and then like pulls himself up onto the horse.
All right. Then I'll get on the horse.
All right. Are the rest of you guys outside as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Daz?
Yes.
All right, so Daz, you walk out and instantly walk over to Chiro. Chiro is just KO'd out on the ground. Like you could feel that there's like something pulsing inside of him. Like there's some flicker of life still in him, but like it's a flame that's like here's a good nerd term for it. It's like Charmander's flame in the episode where Ash finds Charmander.
No, not the episode where it's waning and the poor little Charmander.
Like that's the kind of like metaphorical flicker of life you feel inside of him. Like it's just holding on.
Well, if it's like that, then I know he's going to make a full recovery.
Yeah, it's still it's not going out, but like you got him on the brink of death. Like there's no closer you could have come to death than
he's 1 HP.
Uncle Dazza says there's nothing that a slab can't fix.
and with that, I put a flask in his hand.
Yep.
I know when he wakes up, he's going to need that.
Yeah. As you like hop up, so Trickery, you're going to feel this first. All of a sudden, you feel just this wave of just energy and like it nearly feels like wind rushing past you, but like as you like look around, like the smoke's not being affected by this wind that you feel. And it passes through you, and you just, like you have no idea like what it feels, but you like the wave passes through you.
Can I do like a Arcana check or something on it? Or?
Oh, it's fucking magic. You don't need an Arcana check for that. It's a wave of some fucking energy, and then like a few seconds later, it's like the shockwave is like now reaching you guys. And it just passes through all of you guys as well. Even you, Oz, that is not magically attuned. You feel this energy go through you. And then you just feel and you feel it, but you like, it's almost like you hear it as well, but you just hear like, and that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
Fuck. Oh, shit.
Won't somebody think of the children?
There you go.
Bugger.
We're back, kids.
We're back in business, baby.
I was hella worried you were gonna like take on the zombies. Like I was gonna let you fight them, but like I was like, please run. I don't need you dying at this stage. Because like it is set up.
I went to go get a drink. And take a piss. I legit was gonna expect to come back and find that he died.
I was tempted to take them on. I was like, I could take maybe one or two of them down pretty easily.
Oh man!
But I was when you said that they weren't really moving, that's what threw me.
How are you going to take them out easily? You can't stop them from getting back up unless you crit.
Yeah. Aim for the head.
That's not how it works.
I've watched enough zombie movies.
Yeah. This ain't no zombie movie, boy. This is real D&D.
Rule.
I'd want to do like a proper like zombie movie D&D one shot one time though. It'd be real fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is the point where we'll leave the stream. I love yous all. I have been Nato, your DM. You can catch me.
Are you still gonna be Nato?
Yeah, I know Nato. Yes, the DM. You can always catch the two boys from the NPCs at.
Couple of NPCs, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all the good shit.
And the personals as well. Where can they find you on the Twitters?
Clay1788, Instagram and Twitter. Hold on, wait.
Oh, it's on the back. Hey, look at that merch. Go out and buy the merch, everybody. Yeah. And Alex, where can they find you?
And you can find me at Bullshit77 on Instagram and Twitter as well.
Beautiful. You can find. Who wants to do the 8-Bit Collective plug?
Me.
Me. You can find all of us over at 8-Bit. I'm at Dash Gamers.
Benny, where can the beautiful people find you? And the podcast. Actually, no, wait. Dash, what beautiful podcasts have you got going?
Okay, I'm currently hosting Dash Culture and Dash and Homesy. Take your hearts.
Mm-hmm. All right, Benny, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me at the Spawny13 on Twitter, and I'm hosting the 8-Bit Mania Wrestling podcast. And Ali?
And Ali.
And you can find me at Miss Ali Hart, and you can find me on the podcast, which is called The Hungry Gamers.
Beautiful. And yeah, as I said before, I am at Inonator. You can also find me at the OK Beast on the A+ Anime podcast, and you can find me here on Twitch, usually on a Wednesday night, but this week it's a Saturday, on the YouGameBro podcast on twitch.tv/YouGameBro podcast, and on the Twitters at the same place as well without the podcast. So it's YouGameBro with an O.
Ooh, who's the guest?
This week, it was going to be Sean Pitts, but he had to do a quick trip to New Jersey for family stuff. So we're actually going to have Blessing Adeoye from OK Beast. And maybe Alex. He might be going out of town, so I don't know. But we're definitely having Blessing.
Alex, where are you going?
You got the Prom King.
Yes, I do have the Prom King.
Oh my God, rigged.
And with that,
went for him.
We will be trying to do this at this time every second Thursday, so check us out. If not, follow me on Twitter. I'll tweet it out and send it, or just follows and all that shit. All right, beautiful people. Goodbye.